Good morning, Mrs. Lamar's class, period 3. For this year's senior project, I decided I was going to ask 5 employees here at Magnolia High School 6 different questions about their childhood, life goals, aspirations, and basically, what I truly learned is how different and unique and hard the lives of some of the employees are here at school. So, without further delay, here is the marvelous employees of Magnolia High School. Got that? Sorry, Miss Mary. Alright, let's go. Please state your name, your occupation, and where you work.
My name is Salem Stan. I'm a janitor at Magnolia High School.
I'm Vincent Frank, and I'm a landscaper, and I'm hired occasionally by Magnolia High School.
Well, my name is Elizabeth Berry, and I am an English teacher at Magnolia High School.
My name is Marcelius Stark, but my friends call me Mark. I'm a math professor at Magnolia High School.
Where did you grow up, and what was your home life like?
I grew up in Scarsdale, a beautiful town, lots of things to do. I had a lot of friends. We would go to Terrytown a lot and sit by the water, have occasional picnics. I had a sister. We were like most, we would fight a lot, but we would always make up afterwards. She went to Harvard, which was like, woo! I went to Columbia, of course, and well, here we are.
Well, can you go more over your childhood, please?
Okay. I did really well in school. I think that's really what defined it. Studying every day and every night, going to tutoring and study groups. Lots of stress, obviously, but that comes with taking a lot of honors and AP classes. But it got me to where I am now, and I'm very happy.
I grew up in Yonkers. I kind of a hectic home life. I don't really remember much about my childhood. I remember, I was always running. I from my mom, occasionally authorities. But, yeah, always running. Tag with my siblings. I have 4 siblings. I don't really keep in touch with any of them anymore. We all live very separate, isolated lives, I reckon. But yeah, no, we don't keep in touch. We never really clicked as a family, aside from my mother and I. But my mother, she was wonderful. She was all I could have ever asked for. I remember I was interested in art from a young age. She did everything she could to make sure I followed that passion and ended up in the career I'm at now. There was one Christmas I'd pointed it out in a catalog, and they were these little clay sets that you could make, little miniatures with. They came with a little bit of hobby paint, basic paintbrushes, stuff like that. But the entire set was $200, and I didn't really expect her to be able to get that from me, especially with her having to buy gifts for my 4 other siblings and myself. But come Christmas morning, I raced downstairs trying to beat all my my brothers and go under the Christmas tree, and the biggest package there had Vincent written on it, from Santa. But yeah, so I'm looking at my mother, and she's sitting there in her big old armchair, and she just gives me this smile, and I know. So I'm ripping open the wrapping paper. I can't wait, and going inside of this package was the clay set that I had pointed out, and I was ecstatic. But yeah.
I was born and raised in America. I'm the eldest of 2 siblings. First is my sister Melisandre. Grand lady, I'll have you know. Great engineer, of course she's gonna be when I'm her teacher, Speaking of, You've had me as a teacher before, right? Sophomore year, was it? Oh, look at me getting off on a tangent. And my second sibling is Frederick. Great kid, terrible taste. I mean, it's cruel to say this about a family member, I know, but he went into advertising and there's no skill involved in it. Anyway, our life was pretty great. We had a nice house on the water, great town, amazing education, fantastic restaurants. I mean, there's this one Greek place. You should go there. Me and my friends and I, pardon me, went there once when we were younger. You should have seen it. When we walked in, we saw his mother. She was having dinner with a man who was not his father. It was caused a huge scene. Everyone was looking. Turns out, her and her boss were having dinner together for having a meeting. Now, I don't know what they were doing there, having a meeting at a Greek restaurant. But, hey, I'm just a math teacher, right? I'm practically tearing up right now. Come on, zoom in a little.
No, Mr. Stark, we can't do that. Can you go back to the question?
The question. How foolish of me. Yes. When you think about it, every question is really like a math question. There's always a definitive answer. Always. I mean, you just gotta love this stuff. Man, but I had a great childhood, My mother stayed at home, and she would clean and cook for us. But don't get it twisted, you hear? If me and my siblings were acting up or being unruly, she would come and discipline us. And then there was my father. He was always away on business trips, but when he came back, he would come and bring us gifts and tell us the stories about his time in Japan and Korea. After that, I ended up going to Fordham. Not to brag. I had a great education, a wonderful education. Everything was just plastic. Oopsie. Fantastic.
Well, I grew up here in Magnolia. Probably not the Magnolia you're thinking of. I grew up more downtown. I worked through my whole high school career, and I really, never left. Not much to complain about, of course, but there's part of me that just has trouble differentiating between my childhood and my adulthood, where one ends and one begins. I remember this girl, her name was Rosa. We were best friends in elementary school all the way through high school. I'd go to her house pretty much every day after school, and we'd play board games, do homework, go outside, which I know sound like pretty mundane things, but we always found a way to make it fun. We got married, but it didn't last long because she wanted it. Never mind.
Well, what were your aspirations?
I guess art in general. I always knew I wanted to do this sort of thing. I loved being able to breathe form into anything I created in my mind. It's very appealing to me being able to just translate my thoughts into a physical form that I could touch and feel, and it's wonderful being able to create.
This might sound a bit silly, but I've always wanted to work with numbers. Proofs, graphs, simplifying equations, it's great stuff, I remember back when I was an itty-bitty freshman back in high school, I was already in pre-calculus. Man, I was fast, I'll tell you that. You can keep your cars, Vin Diesel. I got my math equations. Oh, man. I just find it so fascinating. You can get these large, complex equations full of numbers and variables and just simplify them to a one-digit answer, such as 2 or 3. Man, I love that job.
A clear mind, and, I know that sounds cheesy, a clear mind, but that's really what I want. Just to be in that state of nirvana. When I was a kid, it was different. I didn't really have anything. I put my studies last because I didn't care. I didn't see the point. I slept a lot because, again, I didn't really care about anything, and I just wanted to grow up, and then I did, and I was amazed by how much stayed the same. I was older, but all my problems were still here.
I wanted to be a writer. I know, what a crazy dream. in the little spare time I had to myself, I would write in my journal a lot. I even submitted stuff to literary magazines, and when they would accept the stuff I wrote, I was really proud. However, I decided to go into teaching instead of doing, the real thing, and I'm very happy.
When you were a teenager, did you think that you'd be in the position you're in today?
Absolutely, yes. I got the job of my dreams, 2 fantastic kids, Vanessa and Scott. I got a beautiful, intelligent wife. I mean, I got it all, the whole shebang.
No, I thought I'd be dead, actually. Or, at least still married, or, at least she would still be in my life.
No, but I don't think anyone can really have an accurate grasp on what their future will be like. I mean, I never thought I'd see myself at 40. It's so weird to hear myself say it. 40. I'm 40.
Ooh, definitely not. I thought I would have kids by now. But no one's really jumping at old Vincent. But I guess the job's pretty nice. The teachers around here are kind of, but the school, they whenever they hire me, it's always a pleasure to work, especially outside, landscaping, getting to choose what goes where, letting people see my work every day. Can't really ask for much else.
Well, do you feel significant in society?
No one's significant in society. People that think they are just sparks, but they fade. Society's inconstant. If anyone should know that, it should be you and your peers.
Of course. I mean, I get to pass the gift of math to our future generations, to our future leaders, engineers, even astronauts. I mean, you just gotta love it.
Yes. Next question?
Not really. No, I don't really care much for name recognition. I'm much more about what I create and letting that be what's known. I don't care much for fame myself. It's almost giving back to the community in a way. Like, I give these kids, they deal with so much, what with the teachers and whatnot, like, I met some of them, but they deserve something nice to come to, even if it's just, the landscaping outside. But,
Why do you say that? What about the teachers?
I got some real... I don't really have friendly language to describe them, but,
Are you satisfied with where you are in life now?
Things could be better, but I understand how fortunate I am, and I would never dare question the blessings I've been given.
Well, with some aspects of it, yes, very much so, but I still haven't found that state of nirvana.
I mean, I still have a ways to go. I'm not fully satisfied. I'm not gonna say I'm discontent with anything, but there's certainly a little bit more that I'd like to accomplish in my time here. But
Dear, I don't think I could be more satisfied. And if I was, I'd just be plain spoiled.